Hi guys! Wait. Is something wrong here? Get this off of me! No, I don't like it. No. Ugh. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Nasdaq with Arshia. Today, we're going to be looking at, is our market in a bubble? Is it? Well, let's find out. And before we begin, I want to say I'm not a financial advisor, and you should always do your own due diligence and research before taking part in any investment scheme. And before we continue, of course, please be sure to smash that like button right there. Really helps. Thank you. If you haven't done that, now is the time to do it. 2 seconds. Just kidding. Anyway, so this video is going to be a bit different. We're going to do a presentation instead, because I want to see what you guys like. Really experimenting with what you guys like, what you don't like, and what my future audience might like. Because as we all know, let's be honest, I'm not the biggest YouTuber in the world. So, stock market bubble. Why everybody thinks this? So, why everybody thinks we are in a bubble? Before we jump into the reason why do we need to understand certain things? What we need to understand first is, what the heck does our economy run on? I know, that was weird. Anyway, so our economy runs on one thing, and that is spending. See, if we spend, then businesses can in turn use that money to grow and to expand their franchises and get new employees, and that in turn boosts our economy. So for example, you go to Walmart. You buy, let's say, some groceries, let's say milk, eggs, some meat, and then you pay the cashier the money. That small amount of money eventually adds up to many people buying groceries, and that sum of money helps Walmart expand their franchises, expand their stores, hire more employees, and just get bigger by the day. And if done like this with several companies, our economy receives a big fat boost. And that's how it is. And there are two types of spending. It's credit and cash. And we live in which society? We lived in a credit-based society. So back in the day, before we had credit cards, we would say, okay, I have, say, $100. Pretend this eraser is $100. Okay, I'm not gonna carry real bills with me now, but pretend this eraser is $100. Okay, so I want to buy this pencil that's $100. I can only use $100 for that. Whereas today, if I want to buy this pencil case that's $200, I can buy this with my $100 cash and take $100 and buy this with credit. So credit means debt, basically. So we now live in a society where we can spend more money than we have, which honestly, don't do that. It's bad. Don't do it. So that's basically how it works. So first things first, inflation. Why are we seeing inflation? I'm asking you. Just kidding. So first, we are seeing inflation because of our wonderful fancy stimulus checks. People are just really happy. They're like, oh, my stimulus check came. Oh my god, I'm so happy. But seriously, why does the stimulus check cause that? So the stimulus check basically is $1,400, right? But the government is printing more money. They have to print more money to be able to send those stimulus checks, because they also need money. And they have to inject that money into the economy. And when you print more money, you must have heard this in school, that if you print more money, the value of our dollar, the dollar value of the United States dollar, decreases, and it kind of dilutes. So that's why the prices of everything go up. The prices of food go up. The prices of gas go up. The prices of transportation go up. like public service, like public buses and stuff like that, if you guys go on there. So basically, that's called inflation. We know that. And that's the main cause. And also, because of this pandemic, what we were worried about is that, firstly, we were worried about seeing deflation because people don't have the money to spend anymore because they're out of their jobs. But now we're seeing inflation. So during the pandemic, we were seeing deflation because people had less cash, so they couldn't spend, and they also couldn't give credit because if you don't have any cash or money, then you are, of course, not eligible for a loan. Okay, so how will this affect our economy? So as we are slowly recovering from this itchy, scratchy, gross pandemic, I don't know why I said itchy, scratchy, gross. I have a mind of my own. Anyway, as we recover from this economy, we still are at a loss of jobs, and that's the primary reason behind the stimulus check is for some Americans that do not have jobs yet and are not available to jobs, they don't have jobs available to them, for them to pay their bills. But how will this affect our economy? The question arises again. So, as I said before, the people paying their bills are getting their money. They're happy. But because of the stimulus check inflation, if people can't keep up with it because of their wage, and the wage needs to be raised, and the wage isn't raised, then we're going to have some issues there. You understand what I'm saying? All right, next. What role does stimulus play in our economy? So again, stimulus is given to us. It's like $1 trillion package by Biden to pay our bills for some Americans that cannot have jobs yet or do not have access to a job yet. But there's another sneaky side to it. The government wants you to go out and spend those as well as pay the bills. Yes, they want you to go out and spend those so that you can boost the economy. But this does not give you the license to go out and spend yourself broke just to boost the economy. We here think different. On this channel, we think different. We will use that to fatten our wallets. Means put it in the stock market, don't put it in a store like Gucci or Armani. Because when you see the stimulus checks, line at Gucci, line at Armani, line at Tommy Hilfiger. You'd rather just invest it in the stock market, make the right investment decisions, and to grow that 1,400 to potentially double. So, how might it affect us? Again, it's the inflation. So, as we look at the spending has given a rise in our inflation checks, we can see that our economy has gotten a boost because of the numerous people going out to shopping malls and shopping like crazy. And in turn, this will give us a rise in an economy boost in the near future as well, because we can see that the Biden plan is offering water industry improvement, they're offering infrastructure improvement, they're offering health improvement, they're offering elderly home care improvement, and those are a lot of jobs right there just created right there. And with the stimulus checks and the boost of the economy it gives us, and plus the Biden plan, our economy will have its best years, I think, in quite some time. The almighty economy. How the heck is the stock market related to the economy? So, very good question, by the way. Very good question. So, how the heck is the stock market related to the economy? So, the stock market is basically a tool which we use to grow our money based off of what will happen in the economy. So we are betting our money that the stock market and the economy go hand in hand, and that the economy will see a rise in their overall well-being, in the economy's overall well-being. And turns out so far we are right. The economy is recovering, and we are doing a great job right now. So that's like very simple. They just go hand in hand together. They are similar but very different. The economy is just business itself. The stock market is based off of it. Also, you really think it was over just because you saw the conclusion slide? Okay, so one last thing. We're just gonna exit on this presentation for a moment and just look at this. So a lot of people ask about inflation rates. Not inflation rates, federal interest rates. Gosh. Will the Federal Reserve raise interest rates in 2021? The Fed is unlikely to raise rates this year as the U.S. economy continues to recover from COVID-19. But that was the FOMC meeting in April 2021. But recently, one day ago, Yellen from the Federal Reserve, Janet Yellen, says higher interest rates may be needed to prevent economy from overheating. So, going back to our presentation here, we really need to be careful, okay? I don't know anything about interest rates just because the Federal Reserve is so unpredictable, because some days they say that they're gonna make inflation interest rates rise, and sometimes they say they're gonna keep it the same. Sometimes it says they're gonna put it lower. We don't know, but you just have to keep an eye on that and just look out for it. Keep your eyeballs peeled. So, in conclusion, set up your investing strategy and stick to it. So even if we have a market crash, you're prepared and you know what to do. Also, remember, millionaires are made in market crashes. A lot of millionaires are made in market crashes. Warren Buffett said something like this: if there's blood on the streets, then that's an opportunity. I'm paraphrasing, it's not really directly quote, but he goes behind the ideology that when there's a market crash, buy the dip, which we all have heard. And thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you found this information helpful, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Okay? I'm going to give you 2 seconds to do that now. I heard you aren't subscribed because about 80 to 90% of you are not subscribed who are watching. So 1, 2, 3, subscribe. See you in the next video.